Hey LGCC, one of the things we want to do each week is just give you a 5-minute recap of yesterday's sermon. Our hope and prayer with that is it will just really equip you in your connect groups as you gather together, or maybe you've missed the Sunday and you're journeying with us on this series. This is just a great way to get a snapshot of some of the things we dived into as part of our series Others. First thing I want to say is get online and download the booklet. If you've not got a copy of that, you can just visit mylgcc.com/others and you can download your own version of this and you can have that wherever you go electronically. Yesterday we really just dived into this series, week 1, and looking at Jesus and how, Jesus was fascinating. His first experience preaching, you would think it would be a roaring success, but it really wasn't. He was kicked out of his own town in Nazareth. In fact, he wasn't just kicked out, they even threatened to chuck him off a cliff. That's pretty severe. And so Jesus' first experience preaching was not the greatest. It says in the story in Luke 4 that he moved to another town called Capernaum, and Jesus in that place he was loved, he was accepted. It was a great experience for Jesus. And actually what these two towns represent is, one is a place of rejection and the other is a place of acceptance. And the reality is, for each of us, we can lean one way or the other. We can find ourselves stuck in a place of acceptance or stuck in a place of rejection, and we can work hard to try and prove to people who perhaps have rejected us or alienated us in some way. We can work hard to win their approval and get stuck in that place, winning their approval, or indeed even worse, paralyzed by their rejection. Or in a place of acceptance, who wouldn't want to be in a place of acceptance, right? But in a place of acceptance, we can get stuck just enjoying the approval, enjoying the affirmation of other people. Jesus in Luke chapter 4, I believe, gives us a real strong indication into his heart and indeed the Father's heart for other people. Jesus doesn't get stuck in Nazareth or Capernaum, but he says in Luke 4 verse 43, I must go and proclaim the good news that I carry to other towns, other villages, other people. I believe that that's what you and I are called to do. We're called to proclaim the good news that we carry. Don't forget, Christ lives within us. We carry the good news of Christ, and we're called to take that to other people. I wonder who the other people are in your life. Jesus, throughout his ministry, continually raised the stakes for the sake of other people. In John 4, he meets a woman at a well and he raises the stakes culturally and through society by going and speaking to that woman. We know the story so well. God always has had others on his mind. That wasn't just a New Testament phenomena that landed with Jesus on planet Earth. You can go right back to Genesis when God said, let us make mankind in our image. You could rephrase that as, let us make others in our image. For God so loved the world that he came. For God so loved others that he sent his only Son. Others is central to the Scriptures, central to the heart and nature of who God is. If you were to sequence Jesus' ministry, you'll see there's a clear journey he goes on, in that he's baptized in the water, baptized in the Spirit, he goes through a testing period in the wilderness, then he fulfills a prophetic word, and all those things lead him to what he does next, which is to reach other people. I believe that you and I, in our own journey, in our own life, we as born-again Christians are filled with the Spirit of God, but it's to a purpose. It's not just to make us feel good. It does do that and it equips us, but actually we're filled with a purpose to go and tell others. And there's a direct link between being empowered by the Holy Spirit and reaching other people. In fact, Jesus said those words in Acts 1:8 to his disciples when he said, I'm going to fill you with this Holy Spirit so that you'll be my witnesses. A direct link between Spirit empowerment and reaching other people. I believe we're in a season as a church where God's raising the stakes. And we have a challenge before us. Will we raise the stakes also? Will we take it seriously to go and reach others for Jesus? This Sunday we have Bart G coming, and in November we've got John Archer. 2 great events that we would love you to consider. Who could you invite to come along? What others exist around you that you can begin right now praying for and beginning to think about inviting them to those events? Hey, when we step out in obedience, when we respond and we invite people, I believe we can trust Jesus and the Holy Spirit to do the rest. Let's be a church in this season that raises the stakes. Let's not get stuck in Nazareth, a place of rejection, or in Capernaum, in that place of acceptance. But let us raise the stakes and tell others about the good news of Jesus.